What if the doctor told you things could really, really get bad health wise if you don't lose weight? Then the most convincing thing you could tell your subconscious is, I'm too young to die. I'm too young to die. How convincing is that one? But here's the thing. When you go into attack mode, I can't tell you how long it's going to take. But one day, you're going to come home and you're just going to want to go to work. Go work out. It's just going to happen. Just like when I was at work and I just jumped up and started dancing and just out of the blue, it works. And you'll be, whoa, I'm looking forward to working out. This really works. The bouncer is going to say, go work out. Now, someone else might be single and maybe they want to look better for the opposite sex. Well, obviously, telling your subconscious you're too young to die, that's not going to make any sense, right? So that's what I'm talking about. The words and the phrases matter. So when they're in attack mode, what are they going to say? I can't tell you what to say. I can give you examples, but this would take too long to get that detailed. Let's talk about intensity. Your tone of voice can make a difference. Your tone of voice can make a difference when you're trying to be convincing, right? What if I ask you if you're ready to do something and you reply, I think so? Does that sound convincing? I don't know. You tell me. Doesn't sound too confident to me. What if I ask you if you're ready and you say, hell yeah? That sounds convincing, right? Doesn't it? Hell yeah? That sounds convincing. But you can be even more convincing. What if you use a curse word? I don't really curse, but there's a word that starts with the letter F, and I ask you if you're ready, and you go, F yeah, that's even more convincing, right? So, when you're in attack mode, it's okay to curse because you're convincing your subconscious that you're ready. You're convincing your subconscious that this new behavior needs to go and replace the old code. You're convincing the bouncer, right? Because you've been however the way you are, that's the way you've been all your life. And your subconscious knows this. This is your self-image. It hasn't changed. It hasn't changed all your life in most cases. So your subconscious isn't just going to let you say a few words, one day and the next day and then say, okay, yeah, go ahead. This is the new you. No, it doesn't work that way. You've got to convince it. That's why I call it attack mode. That's why I call it attack mode. Intensity matters. Similar to when a coach gives a halftime speech. Does he just say, okay, guys, we can win this game. We can win this game, guys. Is that going to get anybody fired up? Does that convince his players that they can win? No, it doesn't. Now, I'm not saying you have to scream and yell all the time, because sometimes you want to be in kind of a more tranquil mood, which brings us to the next one. Hypnotism, which is the exact opposite. Now let's go back. When someone hypnotizes someone, the hypnotist isn't yelling and screaming. He's being very calm when he talks to their subconscious mind. He uses a calm, deliberate, low voice most of the time. When he's hypnotized, after they're hypnotized, he can talk faster and loud and do anything. But when he's in the process of hypnotizing them, he talks very low. He wants them to relax, not thinking about anything else, just the sound of his voice. Just the sound of his voice. And I'm going to play a tape of someone being hypnotized. But you can do that. In your bedroom, close your eyes. in the bathroom. You can't do that in the car. You can't close your eyes, but you can lay down. And whatever your statements are, when you're in attack mode, I am the best teacher this school has ever had. I am the best teacher this school has ever had. I enjoy grading papers. I enjoy working with the children. I am an authority figure. I do not worry when kids, whatever, not when they talk back. I don't let them talk back. I don't let children talk to me in a certain way because I am the adult and I am the best teacher this school has ever had. See, low deliberate voice. You say that to your subconscious over and over and over and over and over and over again. What did Earl Nightingale say? What you plant must bring forth, right? What you plant must bring forth. Your subconscious has to accept it as the truth. How long will that take? That part, I can't tell you. But I can tell you this. One day, either on the way to school or in that classroom, you're going to do something that you didn't normally do. And you're going to go, whoa. If you're not the kind of really, authoritative person, one day you're going to be in a classroom, somebody's going to get up and you're going to go, sit down. And everybody, not just you, everybody in that classroom is going to go, whoa, was that Mrs. Jackson? Whoa. And you're going to go home and go, where did that come from? The bouncer finally said, go right ahead, go right ahead. And that's going to be your wow moment. So let's talk about frequency. How often should you go into attack mode? My answer is as much as you can, as often as you can. As often as you can. Before you go to bed, if you got time in the morning, when you go to the bathroom, if you've got a 10, 15, or half-hour commute to work, don't listen to the radio. Go into attack mode. Talk to your subconscious. Tell it the person that you want it to be. That's what you need to do. Turn the radio off. Go into attack mode as often as you can. You have to convince it, remember? You have to convince it. It can't just be, no. You're in attack mode. And that's the answer, as often as you can. Remember I said I love the movie Gladiator? So there's this scene, I think it's the best scene of the movie, where the emperor asked Maximus to take off his helmet and tell everybody in the crowd and him who he is. And he says, my name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the armies of the north, general of the Felix legions, loyal servant to the true emperor Marcus Aurelius, father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I will have my vengeance in this life or the next. So I call this the who I am statement. What is the who I am statement? It's a statement that can be true or false, but it has to have something in there that is about the new you. Now, all this he says, that Maximus says, was true. All of that was true. What I'm saying is you add something that you want to change, because you're talking to your subconscious, all right? So you say, I am Tracy Smith, daughter of Lauren and Mike Smith, father of Tricia and Tommy. I am the best dang teacher this school has ever had, and I will win Teacher of the Year. You tell that to your subconscious. you're going into a police academy. I am. It doesn't have to be son of somebody or father of somebody. It can be anything, you know. I am Jacob Johnson, resident of so-and-so, Texas. I am I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good idea. But no, I'm not going to say this one. It can really be anything you want. It can be, I am Mike Smith, resident of Spring, Texas. I am the best football player they ever had, and I will be the best candidate this Army has ever seen. You tell that to your subconscious. Let's say you're going into law school. I am Mike Smith, son of Tricia and Alan Smith. I went to so-and-so high school, got a 4.0. I am smart, I work hard, and I will pass the bar. Or I will do everything it takes to be a lawyer. You say that to your subconscious. You have to make up your own statements. But this is the who I am statement, and I got to move on. That is the who I am statement that you could possibly use when you're talking to your subconscious. All right, so I've given you all the components of mind surgery. I've shown you what it is, how it works. And so in these last few slides, I want to show you the existing evidence that it works. All right, I'm going to prove to you that it works by showing you evidence. All right. Most of what I've talked about is already being done, just in different ways. It's kind of similar to something we all know. That's WD-40. WD-40 was originally created, you probably don't know this, back in the 1950s to prevent rust and corrosion on rockets. And then someone said, well, why don't we try it on this other stuff? Why don't we try it on this? Why don't we try it on that? And that's what happened. Now we use WD-40 for all kinds of things, right? Therapists use CBT, which is cognitive behavioral therapy. They've been using that for years, which is removing negative, irrational thoughts and reframing them. Now, why do they do that? Because those thoughts affect someone's behavior. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I've been telling you. What else? Have you heard of the placebo effect? It's already been well researched. Scientists have proven it's true, it's real. What is that? It's when people believe something works and it has an impact, and they behave according to that belief, right? So when they're doing a trial on a new medicine, they give some of the participants a fake pill. And what happens? A lot of the people that got the fake pill say they feel better. Why is that? Belief. Belief. Our body will act according to what it believes to be true. I already told you about hypnotism. The hypnotist talks to you or talks to your subconscious and can get you to do things you wouldn't normally do. Right? So, if he tells your subconscious you are a dog, you'll bark and act like one. Behavior change. Also, if he tells your subconscious that it's 30 degrees outside, you'll begin to shake and act like it's cold. This is behavior, changing and responding to the beliefs of your subconscious. Let's take a look at this video.
These guys are worth thousands of dollars, and I'm about to introduce you to the world-famous hypnotic dancers. And when you do see these guys, you've got to give them rapturous applause. I mean, they're used to typically being in front of about 40,000 people. So you guys just a little bit on the small side, so you've got to make even more noise. And for the volunteers, you're going to realize when you hear this next piece of music, your eyes will open. You'll take center stage and you'll realize you are representing the United States of America in the dance-a-thon contest. You can dance like no one's business. You'll take center stage when you hear this next music. You'll immediately lap up all the applause and dance your hearts out. Whenever I say freeze, you'll immediately stop. 1, 2, 3. Give them a round of applause for world famous dancers taking center stage. Give them some love. They can dance. They got the moves. Oh, wow. They got the song. They got the vibe. Give me what you got. Turn down the Oh, they are good. Give them the moves. Give them the dance. World famous. Keep that applause coming the more they dance. The better they feel. The better they feel, the more they dance. Freeze! Freeze. Actually, you're going to realize you're not world famous dancers at all. In fact, you are world famous dancers, but you are 97 years old. You dance like old people. 97, 1, 2, 3. 97 years old. Actually, you're going to realize you're not 97 at all. You're going to realize when you hear the next piece of music, you are babies in diapers. You're 6 months old and you know how to twerk. 1, 2, 3, twerking. Babies. Baby twerkers.
So what stands out in this video? To me, it's what I've been saying all along, that a hypnotist can talk to your subconscious mind, get it to accept what he's telling them, and get you to do just about anything he wants you to do. Now, there may be limits. That's why I say just about anything. But once your subconscious accepts this as reality, it will behave accordingly. And so this is proof that the subconscious is in control of your behavior. So all you have to do is get it to accept this new reality, and then you'll act that way automatically. So if you can get your subconscious to believe you don't like sweets, it will be automatic. There will be no temptation. You'll walk past sweets and it does nothing to you. If you can get your subconscious to believe, just like the hypnotist, that you are the best teacher, the best salesperson, the best whatever in this world, you will act like it.